Maleeha Shiekh joins us live from just outside of Pearson Airport. So, Maleeha, how will these new restrictions work with people arriving to Toronto as of tomorrow?
Melissa, there's a lot of confusion surrounding just how much it's going to cost to quarantine at a hotel starting tomorrow. The federal government had originally said it would be about $2,000 per person, but it turns out that's not the case. And even though the price is far lower, some travelers say they shouldn't have to pay anything at all.
I flew back to Canada during the first, right before the first wave when everyone was saying to come home. I interrupted my studies. I finished everything here that I could remotely. But, to get hands-on physiotherapy experience, I had to come back here.
Toronto native Adam Gabay is currently in England studying physiotherapy. His program ends in less than a week, and he has to come home because his student visa will be expiring as well. He's frustrated he will have to pay hundreds to quarantine, an additional expense on top of his student loans.
I'm traveling for essential reasons. I came here for my education the same way that, a lot of foreign students are allowed to come to Canada.
While there is a long list of exemptions, Gabay's situation isn't included. The good news is the cost appears to be lower than what Ottawa originally announced at $2,000 per person. The list of hotels in Toronto eligible for the quarantine are in charge of setting their all-inclusive pricing, which will cover food, security, and stay.
If I had to just average it, I would say a single occupancy is about $350 a night plus tax, and double occupancy is around $500.
Still, the president of one travel insurance agency says some travelers will be doing whatever they can to try and avoid the mandatory hotel stay.
They're actually asking to extend their existing trip, and they're going to ride it out and hopefully wait for the restriction to be lifted. If they have a car, they are honestly thinking of driving home across one of the land borders and avoiding the quarantine that way. Too many days out of the country could have an effect on their government health insurance plan in place. And also being in the United States over a certain period amount of days could lead to a U.S. tax filing that will need to be done.
Rule breakers could also face a fine of up to $3,000. If you don't complete your mandatory quarantine and someone dies as a result, that fine could be as high as $1 million plus a 3-year jail term. But even for those who are doing the right thing, simply getting through to book a hotel room is proving to be challenging.
We are currently experiencing high call volumes with wait times up to 3 hours.
Pritham Devecha tweets he has tried calling on both government-provided hotline numbers for over 60 hours and has had no luck. His flight lands tomorrow. Important to note, your hotel stay could actually be less than 3 days if you do get your COVID-19 test results sooner, which could save you money that way. We also reached out to Health Canada, and they say they are aware of the high number of calls they're receiving regarding booking hotels. They're asking people to be patient, only call if they're ready to reserve a room or have their flight booked.